All right, what's happening, everyone? We are in the Citizen Man Cave, and I'm working on a couple little projects here inside today because it has snowed again in North Carolina, so we're doing a couple quick projects to a few bikes. I've got 3 different projects here when I talk about today, and the last one's going to be the CitizenCycle Bike over there. So hang out for a second because I really want to ask your input on what to do next with the Mistress Bike, but we'll get to that. First off, I want to show you what's happening on Aerial Rider. This is the Aerial Rider X-Class 52 volt, great bike, super powerful and fast bike. This is actually one of the, I think, best bang for your buck bikes out there. This thing's only like $2,200. I think it's $2,199, which is crazy for what you get. 1,000 watt motor, peaks at 2,000 watts, very powerful off the line, goes like 35 miles an hour, really good like components on this thing. I really like the forks, the paint job, hydraulic brakes, full suspension. I mean, they really could be charging a lot more, I think, for this bike. So there you go. That's my free plug for Aerial Rider. But it is a really nice bike. I like it a lot. And I'm going to do something here to alter it. If you look at, I've always been kind of interested in their D-Class bike, which is also, it's a dual motor bike, dual 750 motors on it. And it's got a really like cush pillow top seat. This seat's a little bit hard. But that one has a big, huge, giant, puffy banana seat on it, and it has higher handlebars. And also their Grizzly bike has taller handlebars. So I'm good. That's one of the easy, quick 5-minute projects I'm going to do today. Is I bought a stem, extender to put on here, like I did on the Be Cool bike, which made it so much better. And I'm going to try to give that same effect to the X-Class bike. I'm going to try to lift those handlebars up like a good 3 inches and give me a taller seating position. So we're going to knock that out real quick today and see if I can't get this into a really, really, really comfortable seating position. So the next thing we're going to try to do is the Biketrix Stunner X, okay? This bike has 24-inch wheels on it, 24 by 3. And now these tires are like I don't know that these are Kenda Flames. I don't think it even says on them, but it's got like this flame pattern. It's very much a street tire on this thing, and I've always kind of wished that I could have grippier tires on this bike, but I have literally searched everywhere and I cannot find 24 by 3 knobby tires. They just like don't exist. I don't know where to get them. If you know, put them in the comments because I can't find a set. You can find the street tires, the smooth, slick ones, all day long. I took a chance and I bought these tires over here. So these are Specialized, and they say big roller on them, and they are, they're a knobbier tire. Let me see if I can get it opened up there so you can see it. But they're not 24 by 3, they're 24 by 2.8. Is it gonna work? I don't know, I took a chance. They were cheap. I think they were like 30 bucks a piece or something. I thought maybe I would take a chance on it and try it and see if it works. So if you don't know my channel, just know that I have all these bikes, but I have no idea what I'm doing. Anything I know about e-bikes and bicycles in general is what I've taught myself in the last 2 years in this shed. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. It could fail horribly. Maybe they'll work and be fine. I don't know. We're gonna see if we can't stretch that 2.8 out into a 3. That's gonna be the next project. Shouldn't be too bad because this is a mid-drive motor on the Biketrix. Both wheels are quick release, so I should be able to just like pop them right off and swap out tires, right? All right, now for the meat of the video. You know what? Let me reshuffle here, and I want to get some good eyes on the Mistress Bike. Hang on a sec. All right, so here is a good look at the Mistress Bike, or the CitizenCycle Bike. This is my experimental Frankenstein bike that I've just been kind of building out, and anything I want to try to an e-bike gets done on this Frankenstein monster, and we just try it and see if it works. It's been through quite a build out. It started as a Rad Rover. You can check my Rad Rover playlist if you want to see all the stages of this thing. I think there's like 70 videos in there of me just kind of slowly building this thing out into what you see here today. Stage 1 was basically the 35 amp controller and the 52 volt battery. Stage 2, we added the e-Bikeling front motor kit, and now I've got like double screens, double motors, double everything, controllers, batteries, and it just made it crazy fast. This bike it'll destroy everything off the line that I've tested. I mean, there's not an e-bike that has kept up with this and even been close to this. It just annihilates the competition in any kind of drag race. and it'll go about 35 miles an hour on throttle only. Pretty big beast of a bike right now, but I want to amp it up even further. I want to do CitizenCycle Bike 3.0, and that's where I need your help. I wanted your suggestions. I've got a million things racing through my brain of what I could do to this, and I'm having a hard time narrowing it down. And I want to know what I'm forgetting too. What other things am I not considering? So I want you to put in the comments, what have you always wanted to do to your bike, or any good ideas you think could amp up the power or amp up the looks of this bike. Maybe change out the front forks to some better front forks. Do I add a different or an additional motor? Do I put it on a diet and kind of try to slim it down a little bit? I want to make it more powerful and better looking. So those are the suggestions I'm looking for. Nothing's too crazy, okay? There's nothing that's too crazy. Put it in the comments. I want to hear it. What are your ideas? You can see look at this wiring. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. I just do stuff. So we got controller, the one battery mounts here, the other one mounts on the rack. You got a geared hub motor in the back, and you've got a direct drive in the front. It's a total cobbled together, just weird bike, but man, it works, I tell you. It works. I've got a wobble kind of in the front end if you let go of the handlebars, which we got to fix that too. But I want to know your ideas. What can we do to this thing? I don't have the batteries on, so I can't turn it on, but we've got our double screens here. There's probably a lot of weight I could strip off of this bike. I want to do 3.0. I think we're going to do 3.0. Hit me in the comments with what you think we should do to this thing next. What would you like to see? And I'm hoping that the snow melts today so I can go out tomorrow. I want to take this bike out tomorrow and just lay down some baselines. I want to get a 0 to 20, like an 1/8 mile time, and just kind of get those initial numbers. So when I do hit version 3.0, we can see if I actually did make this thing any faster or not. Or any lighter too. I think it weighs 98 pounds when I put all the batteries on right now. I would like to dial back the weight if I could find a way to do that as well. All right, so that is what is happening in my world, and I'm gonna get back to my aerial rider project here. All right, we got it done. It only took like 5 minutes. These stem risers are pretty slick, actually. I'm liking them a lot. This is the second one that I purchased. 3 bolts, and you got that thing on there and tightened up, and it raises the handlebars up a good like 3 inches, so it gives you a nice tall riding position. Initially, I do like it a lot better, but we'll get out and we'll ride this bike some and just see, how much of a difference that seating position makes. But I will, of course, link it in the description so you can find it. I'll link the Specialized tires, the 24x3, well, actually 24x2.8. I'll link them and I'll let you know. We'll come back to that. I'll let you know if they end up working out. Spoiler alert, the tires do fit on the rims and they work. And now I've got some grippier tread on my Bike Tricks Stunner X. They look pretty sharp on there actually too. I like them. What do you think? I will also link these two because people ask about the racks. This is one of the best ideas I had, I think, for this man cave. These steady racks where you can hang your bikes on the wall. It's really slick, and they tilt. You can spin them side to side, so it's very convenient for storing them. The only issue with them, I think they cost like 80 bucks on Amazon. The only issue is you can't use a full front fender on a bike. It gets in the way of the rack. So like this bike, I can't hang this one because it's got that full front fender. So you either have to take the fender off, like the Aventon bike there. I took the fender off just so I could hang it. If you've got a short little fender, it's fine. Like I can hang this one up. That's what goes in that spot actually. So if you have a fender like that, it works, but the full wraparound ones, it catches on the rack. So it is very useful if you have more than one bike like me. So I'll link those as well. And if you guys have questions or comments, please leave me the comments on the Mistress Bike. I want to know what you guys want to see. I think that's all for today. So thank you so much for watching.